Okay, so Coach is going to do his college football bracket for you here, and he's actually going to do at least a couple different ones. Okay, so Clemson ended up winning the ACC. Okay, and they're the 12 seed of a new 12-team format. I was never in love with Texas. They blew their last game, so I actually have Clemson as the biggest upset of the week. Ohio State over Tennessee. That's 86 coding. We're really glad that Ohio State got the lower seeding here because we didn't want this to have to be an upset. It just looked like a tough game. And Tennessee's been so on. We know a ton of Tennessee and Ohio connections. We're just glad that game is happening because that makes us feel better about Hendon and our Guardians and our Browns, etc. next year, right? So we definitely got Ohio State taking care of business there. We got Penn State over the Mustangs. Um, we originally thought it could be a good year for the Mustangs to start to get on, but they're trending in the right direction. They all need to just show up and start being who they were in the 80s again. So we like them just going under Penn State. They got in the spotlight a little bit. That seems good enough for them. And then we've got Indiana upsetting Notre Dame. Not just a personal pick because I hate Notre Dame, but Indiana is truly the team that terrifies me out of every other team in here. Um, Honestly, nobody else really standing out to me at all besides Indiana and Ohio State. So let's just move on to round two. Okay. In this one, we've got Georgia over Indiana, but we're going to run back a different scenario here in a second. Okay. But we're going to take Georgia over Indiana, Penn State over Boise State, Ohio State over Oregon, and Clemson over Arizona State. Now, that's three upsets in a day. This might not be Ohio State's day. Oregon might just roll past that. Maybe it makes Clemson's story better, right? So the first scenario, this is our Ohio State winning it all scenario. This is the only way I see it going if Ohio State's winning it. Okay. Now, of course, you could just have Arizona State win this one, but that's just such a meh game to me. Uh, Arizona State just really doesn't do it for me. And I think they're there to be the fall guy for a number 12 team because you don't want a real school to take that hit. So I think they're just the bitch of the tournament. And then the Rose Bowl, super interesting. So Coach hasn't gotten very deep into his 1968 Ohio State book, but he's read at least a chapter or two. Okay, and it's a dense read. Now, apparently, back in 1968, Ohio State was afraid of becoming a football school. They wanted to pride themselves in academics. They would do a lot of stuff to handicap their program, and they would do stupid stuff like make their team not appear in the Rose Bowl and kill recruiting the next year, like just to say that we care about football. Like we no matter what, we don't play more than 9 games a year, right? Just some real stupid stuff. So, um, basically, he loves it. It looks like they're going to be in the Rose Bowl with a perfect chance to rematch a team they only lost to by 1 point. So, coach absolutely has them taking the Rose Bowl. Um, Obviously, taking Penn State over Boise State, but could be wrong. Who knows? All State Sugar Bowl. Trevor really, really, really likes Georgia. It feels right to me too. And we don't want it. Can't be all upsets, right? So to me, it's either Indiana's year and they're the big upset of the day and it's not in it for Ohio State or probably even Clemson. Like, just be Indiana's the big story winning it at the 10. But uh, we're going to just assume for this bracket, and this one's my official pick right here. So we got Georgia taking that one. Now, in the semifinals, we got Ohio State beating Clemson, making it seem like they got a real easy path, right? But they did just beat the number one team, you know? And then on the other side, we got Georgia taking out Penn State, right? And like I said, it could be Penn State getting there, but Ohio State already beat Penn State in 8 and 6. Oh, that is 68 coding, though. Oh, shit. Coach might have to go Penn State just based off that. Man, and Penn State fans hate Ohio State. I'm sorry. This is coach's pick right here. Ohio State over Penn State. Backup pick, Ohio State over Georgia. And we'll do the third pick here just to say Indiana has some crazy shot at doing it. And if this happens, they're also winning basketball either this year or next, right? But it could totally be like Indiana wins football this year, wins basketball next year. I could totally see that. Right? That was actually what I originally predicted, if you'll remember. Because of the way the Hoosier script plays out. It's like the football team's already on. And then, so we're going to keep most of this the same. We'll just move here, do that. What else would change here? Hold on. We're probably fading Ohio State if it's an Indiana script. Oops. Sorry, they kind of made this hard to do. Here we go. Alrighty. So that would be my Indiana script. Is number 10 is beating number 1, but they did lose to Ohio State. And that doesn't make it impossible. But to me, that's just to tell, hopefully, that it's in it for the Buckeyes. But yeah, you get the script there. So that's if Indiana's winning it. He thinks they're beating Oregon. We're going to go ahead and submit the official one just so you know this is really what I think. Let's go back. Flip it back to Georgia. Back to Ohio State. I mean, like I said, Georgia and Ohio State did share the national championship in 1968. So it's tough to go against that. But the fact that we're getting Lions, Browns, the fact that Penn State fans hate Ohio State fans right now, the fact it's 68 coding, coach has got to put this one in right here. How many points will be scored? 11 games? Who the fuck? What kind of crazy shit is that? Who cares? Oh, already. There you go.